Welcome back to Dirty 20, everybody. Today we're going to take a deeper dive into my favorite subclasses for D&D 5th edition. Here comes another top 5. Let's get on with the show. If you haven't already, please make sure to go over and check out our videos on character creation and also our top 5 character classes for 5e. Let's start by talking about what is a subclass in 5th edition. When you reach 3rd level, with a couple of exceptions, you get to choose a subclass for your character. For example, at level 3, a fighter can look in the player's handbook and choose between a champion, a battle master, and an eldritch knight. All subclasses have their pluses and minuses, but the choice that you make is going to have a massive impact on the kind of character that you are looking to create. So much so that, for me, I often start my campaigns at level 3 because I feel that a character isn't really fully formed until they've picked their subclass. So, knowing this, what would be my top 5 classes in no particular order? Here we go. Number 5, the Barbarian Path of the Totem Warrior. Starting with the big guns here, really, but this subclass is really interesting. At 3rd level, you get to choose something called a Totem Spirit. Now, this is something that you later get to choose additional ones at 6th level and 14th level. And this is really quite game-changing. I would look no further than the Bear Totem, which you can, reflavor to your heart's content, make it whatever you want. But this grants you resistance to all forms of damage except psychic damage, which is actually quite a rare form of damage in 5th edition. Pretty powerful stuff. But it is totally worth checking out the other options in the Totem Spirit. If you're going for something more particular or specific, there's lots of good options. Number 4, the Bardic College of Glamour. Now, I know I've discussed this in previous videos as just one of my favorite subclasses, but I want to explain why. This is a really cool battlefield control subclass. So, if you're bored with hitting things, just, and maybe casting the same spell over and over again, this subclass has a massive impact, or can have a massive impact, on most combat encounters. At 3rd level, you get an ability called Mantle of Inspiration, and this is a really, really cool ability. So as an action, you play your instrument, and you inspire a number of friendlies around you within 60 feet. You grant them 5 temporary hit points, which is nothing to sneeze at. But more importantly, they are able to move their full movement without incurring attacks of opportunity. So basically, if you go last and everyone has done their thing, then you can play your instrument and then they can completely move to new positions. So again, readdressing the battlefield and kind of controlling where people are and what they can do. Don't even get me started on Mantle of Majesty at 6th level, which essentially allows you to cast Command as a bonus action every turn without using a spell slot. I mean, it's just insane. Number 3, the Monk's Way of the Drunken Master. I've also talked about this as just being one of my favorite flavorful subclasses. It's not always about optimization and making the best, toughest, character there is. But I think this is where the designers have done a great job in that there's very, very few truly poor subclasses. And maybe we'll do a video about that someday. I feel that the Way of the Drunken Master is criminally underrated as a subclass, if nothing else for the flavor of it. But if you need something else to kind of make you think, this is something that I'd take, here we go. Drunken technique allows you to, when you use your flurry of blows, to add 10 feet to your movement and be able to disengage for free in order to move around the battlefield. Again, a little bit similar to the College of Glamour, but whereas the Bard does it for his teammates, the Drunken Master can do it for himself. So you become the kind of, attack here, run there, attack there, then run a little bit further. So don't forget that you are able to split your movement and put attacks in between. So you can move 10 feet, attack, move another 10 feet, attack, and then finish off with your last 10 to 15 feet. I'll admit, at 6th level, this isn't the greatest. It has, a thing that you get, but I haven't honestly played up to level 6 with a monk of this class, so I've just really enjoyed using the drunken technique, but I can see why some people might think that it's not the best, especially when you look at the College of Glamour and, command whenever you want, basically. Number 2, the Warlock Patron Hexblade. So the Warlock is one of these few exceptions where you get your subclass at a different level, not at level 3, you actually get it at level 1. This makes Warlocks pretty good at lower levels, but a lot of their abilities do scale as they level up, whether it's, Eldritch Blast, which is kind of your go-to attack. You're not staying with the damage dice that you get at first level. The Hexblade, like so many Warlock patrons, is really flavoursome, and honestly, it makes you the kind of dark warrior that so many edgelords yearn to play. So definitely a subclass worth looking into. Number 1, Roguish Archetype. All of them. Now, I know I'm kind of cheating here, but genuinely, the Rogue has so many great subclasses to read up on and potentially play. From the Thief, who has crazy good mobility, to the Assassin, which is just plain cool, to the Arcane Trickster, which throws in a little bit of magic and can be really, really fun to play. And honestly, pretty much all of the subclasses that are in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, apart from maybe the Scout, I mean, I haven't really looked into it that much, but they're all really, really cool. Honestly, check them all out. It's totally worth it, and you'll actually struggle to decide which way to go if you haven't kind of created a character concept from the get-go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let us know in the comments if we missed any subclasses that you think are particularly great, or if there are any subclasses that I mentioned here today that you would like to try out. As always, like and subscribe, and keep slaying. If you've enjoyed this content, then please smash that like button, subscribe, share this around online, and come and visit our website, www.lavictoriaproductions.com, to see all our past episodes, as well as our blog posts and all the stuff that we're currently working on at La Victoria Productions. Why not reach out to us and tell us what you think of our videos? You can reach us on Twitter. @MouthLaVictoria is our producer. We are also on Instagram. I am EnanoLVP, and our producer is Jazzy J. Cherot. We're also La Victoria Productions on Facebook and LinkedIn. Come on by and let us know what you think.